I was an engineering undergraduate at Swarthmore and realized, you know, there's more to life than engineering. I want a broader focus than just 100% engineering classes. So how can I do that? So I found this 2-year college on a cattle ranch in the middle of California high desert called Deep Springs, 24 students on a cattle ranch, hour from the nearest town. And it was an interesting experience, and part of it was the founder of this school believed smart kids get kind of full of themselves. And so it was a liberal arts school, so you know, you let them read the philosophers in the morning, they read the Nietzsche, and then in the afternoon you have them go out and shovel cow manure or castrate a bull, and it just kind of puts them in their place.
So you castrated a bull?
Well, a bull calf. But I mean, a bull calf weighs like 600 pounds, so don't be thinking it's a small thing. Here's the interesting thing. It turns out it's better to use a really dull knife. Because a sharp knife, it just cuts stuff and bleeds. You like back and forth, you fray it, and then it cuts better, and it turns out to be happier for the bull calf in question.
That seems counterintuitive.
Here's the other counterintuitive thing. So you do 3 things to them. You cut off their horns, you brand them, and if they're male, you cut them. And which of those things do you think bothers the bull the most?
I would think the branding.
It's the branding. You got it. And how do you know this?
Because I grew up and went to school in Petaluma.
Oh, you've got...
My friends live on ranches.
You've been playing me. You've been playing me the whole time.
Everyone in my school wore a cowboy hat to class.
Oh, that's funny.
So do you think that all entrepreneurs should experience what it's like on a ranch before they start a company?
No. But here's what I would say. I do think it would probably be good for all entrepreneurs to do some kind of blue-collar work. Being on the ranch was the first time I'd interacted with a lot of people who had no college degree, no sort of formal education. And it's pretty easy to imagine, like, oh, well, I've got the college degree. I grew up in the suburbs. I'm better than all those guys. And when you're on the ranch and the job is something that they know how to do really well and it involves sharp knives or heavy lifting equipment, skip loaders and stuff, suddenly you find out those folks are a whole lot smarter than you are in some pretty important domains about how you get to keep your fingers. And it gives you a different perspective on the roles different people play, and maybe you don't feel as superior as you thought you were. Like, those are pretty smart folks in their own domain. And the reason I think that matters for entrepreneurs and for business, 2 reasons. In big giant companies, you've hired a lot of people, either yourself or outsourced it, who are doing that kind of stuff for you. Do you respect them or not? And you kind of can't fake that. And if you don't, they're going to feel it. And people don't do so well in environments where they're not being respected. You know, these days, NetApp's 10,000 people, and I'll sometimes have lunch with the guys who do the loading dock. You know, I've gotten a different sense of respect for all of the different types of work that there are, and I think that's important. And the other one is, in smaller companies especially, if you're an entrepreneur, you may find yourself doing some of that. I mean, if you're the CEO and it's a 10-person company, you go pick up the pizza yourself. You sweep the floor if it didn't happen and it's important for it to look good. You know, you don't want to be having a lot of weird stuff about, oh, well, that labor's beneath me. So does it have to be a cattle ranch? No, but I think something like that just sort of helps get you in touch with not your Ivy League highfalutin background. I think that is very healthy.
You started your career on a cattle ranch. Have you gone back since?
It's funny you should ask. I am the chairman of the board of Deep Springs College.
Really?
And I go back regularly. And part of the ethos of this college was it's good to throw the students into manual labor. So when we have board meetings at the college, they throw the board of trustees into manual labor. So the last time I was back at the college, the guy who's in charge of who does what is one of the students, and he decided we should all go shovel potatoes. So yes, I've been back, and yes, I still get a kick out of, you know, there's something very rewarding about manual labor. You know, you're a CEO and you tell this person to tell that person to tell something else, or any executive. When it's you with the hammer and the barbed wire's loose and you nail in the hammers, like, you can step back and go, look what I did. It's very immediate and very satisfying.